Now it's time for our featured speaker. So it's a one-woman show today, two women, because now I have a speaker that I'm introducing. So she is a 12-star diamond coach, and she's also a four-time elite coach. And she's been around 6 years. And she has locked in, she's qualified for five-time elite coach. We're very happy for her. She's also a Success Club 10 All-Star legend. She has hit Success Club 72 months in a row. And she's currently ranked 118th in the network, which is massive when there's 450,000 coaches. And she's from Mooresville, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Lori Miggins. Yay!
Hello. Thank you so much for that intro.
You're welcome. I'm trying to wear all the hats, wear all the hats.
Literally.
Literally, it's so good to have you. It's been fun working with you the past couple weeks. I'm going to get out of the way and let you tell everybody what brought you to Beachbody about 6 years ago.
Okay, great. Well, my story as a Beachbody coach begins 6 years ago. I was 38 years old. I was rocking my third born child. He was 6 months old at the time. He's now 6 years old. And I was searching for a solution. I was a mom of three, I still am, quickly approaching 40 years old, and I was stuck in a body that I felt was not my own. 50-pound pregnancies, diastasis recti, lounging in my husband's shorts was not what I wanted to continue doing. I was tired of wearing oversized clothes. I was tired of tugging in all the wrong places. I was tired of being tired. I yearned to be one of those before and afters that I would see on infomercials and lining in the halls of the gyms that I used to go to before kids. I had already fallen in love with Beachbody programs because I had P90X DVDs and Insanity DVDs that were actually given to me. And I had great success with the fitness part, but I always struggled with the nutrition. I would eat salads and grilled chicken and basically starve myself. It just didn't feel right. So one night I was nursing my 6-month-old and I saw an ad for T25. So I immediately bought the program. I was going to do it this time. I was going to be someone's before and after, but it was hard. I didn't know what to do with my nutrition and I wasn't finding success. I wasn't looking forward to my workouts and I gave up. So when I saw my now coach make a post with a Shakeology logo slapped on something about a challenge group, I inquired. I purchased a challenge pack pretty much right away, behind my husband's back, of course, because there's no way that it fit into the budget that he had me on. And the one that happened to be the one featured that month was the 21-day fix, but I had no intention of doing that program. I was determined to do T25 and drink Shakeology, and that was it. I joined a challenge group. I opened up those color-coded containers and I pressed play on one of Autumn's workouts and I was hooked. I went all in with the 21-day fix, the nutrition plan, and my shake. Long story short, I had an incredible transformation. I couldn't imagine a day without Shakeology, but my husband had me on a very tight budget, so I inquired about a discount. My coach told me about the discount opportunity through coaching. I told her that I had absolutely no intention of coaching, that I didn't want to help other people, just myself. I didn't want to be called a coach, and I only wanted to get the discount. She chuckled and she helped me get started as a coach. As people noticed my transformation and how much happier I was, they started asking. I started talking about what I was doing. It was easy to share what I was doing because I was right in the thick of it. Before I knew it, I was helping others do exactly what helped me. I guess I wasn't just doing it for the discount anymore. And before I knew it, I was running my own challenge group. My personal story is deep and I share it openly on social media platforms now, but for the purpose of this call, I'll keep it rather short. About 2 years before my first challenge group, I lost my father, the rock of my family and my best friend. I had watched my father battle depression for years. I was extremely close to him. He tried to take his life twice, and on the third attempt, his illness of depression won the battle. I suffered with anger, isolation issues, anxiety, and a broken heart. So when I found myself again in my challenge group, the support of the community and feeling incredible again, I knew it was something that I needed to have in my life forever. I continue to just show up every single day. And back then, we didn't have a business activity tracker like we have today, but I started to create one on my own. I had a list of things I knew I needed to do every single day. And I did them every single day. It kept me focused on the task at hand. I talked to more and more people. I connected with more and more people. I shared my challenge group with more and more people. And I kept filling them up month after month after month. And as a result, I was hitting Success Club. I didn't even know what Success Club was. About a year into coaching, another tragedy hit. We lost my mother to cancer. My mother had become my best friend as we grieved the loss of my father together. And again, I felt completely lost in my life. Had I not formed the community of my team and my challenge group, I don't know where I would be. Because I always showed up for others, I was now supported by my community and team. When I started helping people with health and fitness and learned more about the compensation plan, a light bulb went off. As a former teacher for 10 years, this just seemed like the perfect fit. I saw an opportunity helping others and I went all in. I thought if I could match my teaching salary, if I could get my husband to stop complaining about our expenses, if I could figure out a way to contribute, perhaps I would never have to go back to teaching in the classroom again. And that was 6 years ago.
You know, it's your story is deeply profound, and I'm sure there's a lot more on your pages. You don't know what you need until you need it sometimes, you know, and you had everyone's back in your groups, and they were there for you. And I'm so happy that you've built that with your team. So fast forward, we're now at 6 years into the business, and you have been incredibly consistent with Success Club, not even knowing what it was, but you were helping people. So can you talk about today's topic on what it is and how you've stayed consistent with it?
Absolutely. And first of all, I just want to say Beachbody found me at a moment in my life when I had no idea that I needed it. And like Sandy said, it's incredible what it's done for me. But I'm here today to talk about why hitting Success Club is so important in my business and how I continue to achieve it month after month for 72 months straight, no matter what. So first of all, Success Club not only means helping at least 3 new people a month, but it's called Success Club for a reason. And when I realized that if I hit it every single month, I would be positioned well for success in this business, I had a light bulb moment. When I broke it down, achieving Success Club 6, this meant connecting with one person a week to a total solution challenge pack. I knew that I could do it because of my success with a challenge pack and a challenge group. And when I learned that there were 2 levels in Success Club 5 and 10, of course I wanted to shoot for the 10, helping at least 5 people a month. I wasn't really exactly sure what that looked like or how that would impact my business, but I knew it was the better of the 2, so I went for it. I knew that if I set a goal to hit Success Club 10 every single month, my compensation could grow since I was helping more people commit to a monthly fitness and nutrition solution. I was also reading the book, The Compound Effect, still one of my favorites, at the same time. And not only was that teaching me the importance of being consistent with my own fitness and nutrition, but being consistent with my business and my business building activities, which would then create incredible results. I applied the same level of consistency to my business as I did with Success Club. I created a checklist of activities that would help me build my business every single day, very similar to the amazing business activity tracker, or the Success Club tracker, as it's called now, that we have right now. I dove into trainings. I dove into the back office. I watched all of our training videos and I learned all about the compensation plan. I was extremely interested in learning everything. I watched YouTube videos of top coaches. I sat in on team calls that I didn't even know I was part of. I also learned very quickly that I needed 2 tools right away: a message to send people about my challenge groups and a message to send people about coaching. That's it, those 2 things. And I quickly realized that the more social I was on social media, the more my business could grow. So I did just that. I started making connections, commenting on people's posts, genuinely caring about what people were doing on their feeds. So that when I started posting that I was doing what those people started engaging with me. I didn't even realize what I was doing at the time, but it was helping me to grow my business. I also started to share my story more. I shared parts of me that made me, well, me. I was organically sharing about my struggles, but how what I was doing with my fitness and health were making me feel better. From the inside out, I shared my likes, my dislikes, my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows, hobbies, you name it, I shared it. All the things that made me me. I made it a goal to hit Success Club 10 by the 10th of the month, and I still stick to that goal. I knew that if I wanted my business to grow the way that I wanted it to grow, I could stay home and never have to go back to teaching. I had to stay consistent with this goal. So I started to create duplication. I started to create my own team. Before I knew it, I was offering the opportunity to be a coach to my successful challengers who wanted a discount on Shakeology too, because that's how I started. And then they were talking to their friends about what they were doing. And before I knew it, they were duplicating what I was doing. When my coaches start out with me, I tell them their goal is to help at least 3 people a month get started with the total solution, just like they did. That's less than 1 person a week. I really try to keep it simple for my coaches. There are 2 things to invite to always: a challenge group and the coaching opportunity. I teach my coaches to have a marketing plan around these 2 things that they are inviting to, something that they can rinse and repeat every single month. The first of the month is when our team challenge group begins. We have an ongoing group and we have a launch group for the newest program. The third week of the month is when we have our all team coach sneak peek. Those challengers are feeling the love for our products by then, and like me, they are going to want a discount. The last week of the month is when I tell my coaches to run some sort of a free group based on their niche or something that they are interested in. I then tell them to invite from the free group to their challenge group for the following month. And I tell them to continue to do this every single month so that they can have a funnel that they are constantly inviting to and from. I also push them to have a coach sneak peek way more than just the once a month that I provide for the entire team. But this is what I provide for them and hope that they will do these things on their own as well. I also recognize the number of people that are hitting Success Club. We have a life changer board. So I have recognition boards. I shout out top coaches weekly. I send out Success Club prizes from time to time. But basically, I teach my coaches that they need to be consistent with Success Club to grow their business. And by focusing on helping 1 person a week, you can do just that.
It's excellent. And there's a couple questions that came up on Facebook that I want to run by you before we go to the closing. You said that by the 10th of the month, you always shoot for Success Club, so that you've already helped, let's say, 3 people, right? And you've already achieved Success Club. So you must be doing some of that legwork the month before, right? So I want you to share that a lot of this is relationship building prior to, but it's each month you look at the 10th of the month and you say, I should have helped already, 3 people. So can you talk a little bit about how you do the legwork beforehand?
Absolutely. The whole rinse and repeat with the marketing calendar. You should always have a funnel. You should always be working with a list. And I share this with my new coaches. I literally have a binder that's like this big of every single month. I have a loose leaf paper, and it's all the people that I talked to that month or all the people that were in my free group. And I'm constantly, like I said earlier, running a free group the last week of the month sets you up for success in the next month. And then hopefully those people in the free group want more of you and what you're offering, and you can invite them to join your challenge group. And then you can invite those challengers to join your coach team, and then you start a new free group, so your funnel is constantly being filled. So if you run your free group the last week of the month, you can easily fill it. You can easily hit Success Club 10 by the 10th if you have a really successful free group.
Thank you. You've shared a story that's very deep. And I know that when I ask people what their story is, there's either a Beachbody story, like I lost weight, or there is a life story. And you have managed to build a coaching business around some pretty deeply hurtful things that have happened in your life. My question to you is, how do you take that profound story and turn it into a triumph for yourself, that you have been able to pull yourself out of that sadness and create something? It's like, it's so triumphant to see you as not wallowing in sadness, but in charging forward, making your parents so proud. Can you talk a little bit about how deeply profound your story is, but how you were able to create something good out of it?
I definitely can. It definitely wasn't easy in the beginning, and I see a grief therapist once a month now, and it's wonderful. I highly recommend it. It doesn't mean that you're broken or something's wrong with you. It means that you are willing and able to just be a better person. So I highly recommend that. But like I said earlier, Beachbody coaching and Beachbody in general found me at a time in my life that I had no idea that I needed it. And I leaned so hard into it from the beginning that it was really easy for me to use it as a tool to help me go through the most difficult times of my life. And it was a lot harder to talk about and share in the beginning, for sure. Um, and now it's just so rewarding to me when I help other women or other people that are suffering with or from loss or really anything. Some of the most rewarding things about coaching is when I receive a message from a mom in a challenge group who is at the tennis court or out for a bike ride playing with their kids, and she thanks me for it. Or, something from a challenger, a text that I receive from someone struggling with grief, and they're thanking me because they just got out of bed one day. Those moments make me the most happy. And every single day I get up because I just want to help more and more people. I created a community that I had no idea that I needed. Beachbody found me when I had no idea that I needed it. And to share this opportunity with others is a true gift. Being a coach is an absolute honor. It's a privilege and a title that I will never take for granted. And my team and my community, I owe everything to. The Flawless Empire is my team. They are amazing. They have my back no matter what. I've worked hard for 6 years and I continue to every single day. My passion is just too strong now. Because of my hard work over the years, about 6 weeks ago, my family and I moved into our dream home. And I sit here in my dream home on the lake because of this amazing opportunity that found me, that I took full control of to make work for me and my family. Now, of course, I'm going to say that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. But I sit here comfortably saying that the once skeptical husband that had me on a very tight budget now thanks me for my hard work every single day. And growing up on Long Island in New York on the water and now living on the lake only reminds me of the amazing parents that I once had. Not a day goes by that I don't think of them, that I don't push harder for them, that I don't think twice about sharing my story, which is their story, so that I can help someone else who may relate. Because here's the thing, you are either going to define your story or you are going to let your story define you.
So well done, Lori. I am so proud of you because you took what life gave you and you shaped it into what you were meant to do. So you reached a true potential for yourself. I'm really, really happy for your success. And thank you for sharing that with everyone.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And I'm going to leave everybody with an affirmation today. And that is, there are no ordinary days. The reason why I'm saying that is because she turned something ordinary into something extraordinary. You don't need to be defined by your story, but it is a starting point for you to share and relate to people and to overcome and to rise above things that are pulling you down and taking your story into a direction that it doesn't need to be. You can be extraordinary today. Thanks, everybody, for joining the call. Have a great week. I'll see you here next week. Bye bye.